What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Okay. I feel like there's a joke here somewhere. Making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Metallic Spin. Yes, indeed. How about that? Metallic Spin making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from SMB, and this is actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of March for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, SMB. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. SMB wanted to see me react to this song by Metallic Spin. Apparently, they're doing a cover of the Rainbow tune, Spotlight Kid. Now, have I heard the song before? Believe it or not, I don't think I've heard this song before. This does not sound familiar to me. Now, admittedly, I'm not the biggest fan of Rainbow, and I know there's a lot of songs from Rainbow I've never heard before, and I think this is one of them. Now, having said that, though, there is always a possibility that I might have heard this song in passing, and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hang on, I have heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Metallic Spin. Okay, I still feel like there's a joke there somewhere, like I'm being led into a trap. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm being led into a trap.
It's a trap.
And the video has 55,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Spotlight Kid. I don't know what that says. Metallic Spin. I still feel like I'm walking into a trap.
It's a trap.
I still do. Does this have something to do with Heretic Spin?
Maybe.
I'm just looking back at SMB's past requests, and he has requested a lot of Heretic Spins. Something tells me there's some correlation here. I don't know what, but I have a feeling I'm walking into a trap. I know it. I know I am. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I see the landmine field. I see the landmines sticking out of the ground, but you know what? I'm still gonna walk into that minefield. Absolutely. Why? I don't know. Because I'm required to, I guess. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
俺たちがメタリックスピンだ。俺たちの曲を聴きやがれ。
聴きやがれ。ライブ映像見やがれ。
見やがれ。
人の曲だけどな。
Okay. I think I figured it out, but I'm not 100% sure about this. So, bass player, I think, is Koga. Guitar player, I think, is Tomozo. The drummer back here doing the harmonies on the vocals, I think that's Angie, not Angie, Hannah. I think that's Hannah. I think that's Oreo on the keyboards. But I'm not 100% sure because those wigs are really throwing me off, man. I think that's where the metallic spin is coming into play. And I have no idea who this vocalist is. No clue. I think that's the correlation. So this is like another little side project, kind of like Doll's Box, but this feels like a little bit more on the fun side. Like, I'm not saying it's a joke, but they're definitely parodying like 80s hair metal. I get that feeling, like late 70s to mid 80s hair metal. That's what this feels like they're making a parody of. They're taking the music seriously. They're playing the music seriously, obviously, but it's kind of like Steel Panther in a way, where they're a parody of a time period, but make no mistake, they are all top quality musicians and they play the songs well, but they do go over the top with their theatrics and the shtick and the antics and stuff like that. Okay, I have a feeling that's kind of like what they're going for with this. And I don't even know if I'm right about the people. I mean, I could be wrong, but the name and knowing SMB and the requests he's made in the past, I got the feeling that's Heretic Spin in disguise. I really do. I could be wrong, but something tells me I'm not. Something tells me, you know, Koga and Tomo and Hannah and Oreo are all on stage right now wearing wigs and having fun. I don't know. Time will tell. It's hard with those wigs on, man. It's hard to tell. I have mixed feelings. I do. None of them bad. None of them are bad, but some of them are just like, it's like, I admire the musicianship. I admire the dedication to the shtick. I mean, they absolutely sold it, but at the same time, it's still kind of ridiculous and over the top. Oh man. All right. There are a few things that need to take into account here. There's a few things we need to think about. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Metallic Spin with a cover of the Rainbow Tune Spotlight Kid. This was a request from SMB, and this was actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of March for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, SMB. I hope you enjoyed the show. I walked right into that minefield, didn't I? I sure did. And didn't even look where I was stepping. Next thing you know, click! Oh, what did I just step on? What do you think you stepped on, you doofus? You walked into a minefield. What do you think you stepped on? An aluminum can? No, it's not an aluminum can. Promise you. It's not a spoon either. Promise you. Okay. Before I give my score, I have to do this. I can't believe I have to do this, but I have to do this. We are going back to the old scoring system, as I'm sure everybody has heard by now. We are back on the old scoring system, but there's some changes. One of the big complaints that I had, or one of the biggest concerns I had, that's complaints and concerns, that I had regarding the 5-star system was people were really worried about having too many songs getting the same scores. Too many 4 stars. Okay, now here's the thing. That is true. You know, that is definitely true. But we had the exact same problem with the old scoring system. We did. We had the exact same issue. If you look at the history of the channel, look at the scores that look at the songs that got scores between the 7.4 and 8.6. Okay. Now I know that's a lot of numbers there, but in the scope of things, no, it really isn't. 7.4 to an 8.6. There are 13 different choices out of 100. That's like 10%. Okay. So basically, 13%. Let's call it what it is. 13% of the scoring went to most of the songs on the channel. 2/3 of the songs on the channel that I've reacted to got scores between a 7.4 and 8.6. All right, roughly. So we had a lot of the same problems, you know. So I warned people when I did the live stream. I warned people that if we do go back to the old scoring system of, you know, 0.0 to 9.9, I did say I had no problem doing it. I don't have any problem doing it at all, but I warned everybody to avoid the same problem that people were going to have with a 5-star system. I had to be tougher. I had to get harder, and I had to make it more difficult to get those higher scores. You had to really earn them now. I'm not going to hand anything out. So I warned everyone I'm going to get tougher. I warned everyone I'm going to get harder, and I have. I have definitely done that. Also going back to the old scoring system, I now have to explain everything as far as my scoring goes. I have to explain it 4 different ways. I have to explain it from the standpoint of the score itself, how it would equate to a 5-star rating, how it would equate to a letter grade, and what that score actually means as far as scale goes. So I have to spend a little time every video now explaining it to avoid any confusion. Okay, so everybody's going to be able to interpret this score in one of those 4 ways. And if you're not able to, I'm sorry. You probably need to go find another channel to watch, because if you cannot interpret the score in the 4 ways I'm going to give you, if you can't pick one of those 4 to interpret it, you need to go find another channel. I am dead serious, because I cannot help you. So having said all of that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that a 7.5. Yep, 7.5. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first. What is a 7.5? Okay, well, a 7.5 obviously is a 7.5. Now, what does that equate to a letter grade? About a B+. Honestly, it's a low B+, but it's a B+, all right? What does it mean on scale? It means it's a really good song, okay? And as far as a star rating goes, it would be 4 stars, all right? So 4 stars, B+, really good, 7.5. Take your pick. I honestly don't care which one you pick. It's one of those 4, okay? So hopefully that will take care of any miscommunication or any misconstruence of what the score is, all right? Now, let's talk about how I got to that 7.5. I am not familiar with the song, with the original song. This is not a Rainbow song that I've ever heard before, so I don't know how accurately they played it. I don't know. All I can say is it sounded really good. It did. It did sound really good. What they were doing, what they were playing, sounded just fine to me. I had no issue with it. As far as musicianship goes, everybody sounded fine. Everybody sounded clean. We're going to talk about the musicians themselves in a little bit, because that's really where my main confusion is coming into play. But as far as what was played, how it was played, I had no issue. I thought the solo section was really nicely done, switching between the guitar to the keyboard, back to the guitar again. Very Rainbow in style, you know, but then again, Rainbow's not the only band that does that. Deep Purple did it. Iron Butterfly did it. God, so many bands. Boston would do it. Journey would do it. There's a lot of bands that have done it like that, so I got no issue with that at all. Songwriting, like, it's a cover, so I can't really give them credit for the songwriting. And like I said, I've never heard the original before. But I liked what I heard. It sounded good. It felt nice. It definitely sounded like a Rainbow song, for sure. It felt like the type of song that they would write and they would play. So again, got no problem with it. It did a really good job. Okay, now, questions time. I feel, now, I could be very wrong about this, but something tells me I'm not. Knowing SMB's track record with me and making requests, he requests a lot of Heretic Spin songs. And I see the name of the band Metallic Spin. First thing that pops in my mind is, okay, this is some of the members of Heretic Spin coming together, kind of like Doll's Box, but more in a parody way, to have some fun and, you know, have some shtick, have some laughs, and at the same time still play top quality music with great musicianship. Kind of like Steel Panther. If you look at Steel Panther, they are absolutely a gimmick band. They are absolute shtick. And if you remember them back from their metal school days, which is where I remember them from, man, they would do skits, they would do gimmicks, they would do jokes, and it was always fun. It was always done in good fun. They were poking fun at a time period. In Steel Panther's case, they were doing, you know, mid to late 80s, you know, gimmick, and that's fine. They were poking fun at it, but here's the thing: they backed up the shtick and they backed up the gimmick with some top quality musicianship, and whenever they would do a cover, they would nail it. The same thing can be said here. Now, I don't know if they nailed the song or not. It sounded good. Nothing sounded bad, so I'm gonna have to make the assumption that they did a good job on it. But regardless of whether they played the song accurately or not, what they played sounded great. It sounded fantastic. It sounded clean. It sounded accurate. So I got no problem with that. But I'm debating. Knowing SMB's track record, is Metallic Spin, Heretic Spin, or these members of Heretic Spin in particular, is it Hannah? Is it Tomozi? Is it Koga? Is it Oreo? I want to say yes. Who's that lead singer? I have no idea who that is. But whoever he is, he sounded good. He sounded good. I wouldn't say Ronnie James Dio good, but he did a fine job singing. As far as the other 4 girls, like I said, I think it's them. Those wigs, though. Those wigs are so ridiculous and over the top, and it's throwing me off. It really is. I can't tell if it's them or not because of the wigs. Honestly, it's weird, but it is kind of throwing me off. I am like 90% sure, though, that is the 4 members of Get Shark Spin I already mentioned. I have a feeling it's Koga. I have a feeling it's Oreo. I have a feeling it's Hannah. I have a feeling it's Tomozo. But again, am I right about that? I don't know. But I think I'm like 90% sure I am. Interesting. Nothing wrong with a little side project fun here and there, as long as it doesn't become the focus. If it takes away from the main band, that's a problem. As long as it's just being done as a side project, it's just for fun, no problem with that. Now, there are exceptions to that rule. Obviously, when the side project becomes more popular than the main project, well, then decisions have to be made. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. So I don't think there's any danger of Heretic Spin being disbanded in favor of Metallic Spin, if that isn't the case them. I don't know, but I guess time will tell. I'll find out in the comments whether I'm right about my assumptions or not. But overall, really nice job. Really good job. And that's why they're getting the really good score of 7.5, which equates to a really good score, which equates to a B+, which equates to a 4-star rating. So there you go. 4 stars, B+, 7.5, really good score. Take your pick. I don't care. Final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.